Well, hello everybody. It's time for Midfield Madness again. This is Mike Molesky. We are at Susuka in Japan, GT3 Summer League. Welcome again. I almost didn't make this broadcast because I was a bit miffed yesterday, so I took a day of rest and cooled off. And I'm glad I did because when I watched the replay, there was more confusion than I thought. And we'll get into that late in the broadcast. If you end up watching it all the way to the end, I'll make some comments, and maybe I would love to hear from you guys in terms of what you thought of the confusion and whether or not there was an issue there. Anyway, here we go. As usual, I'll start the race with the first corner. Here comes everybody down the straight. Interesting track, Susuka. Here we come. There's somebody gone wide there. It's actually, all in all, was a pretty clean start. A few little bumps and bruises here, but nobody, I don't think, got too damaged in the sense that it would affect the rest of the race. So there we go. As usual with the broadcast, we'll be concentrating on the back half of the track. And let's just look at it from number 17 here. Watch a few corners. There was a couple of little spins on in the first few corners. There's Jeremy. It's too wide. Still going out. Who am I watching with here? Mr. Garland. There's a lot of close racing action in the first few corners. Those looping corners at the beginning are easy to have a different speed on. Am I looking at myself there? No, it's not me. I am there in the middle. Anyway, those few looping corners, people can have very different speeds. There's the one I saw earlier. Let's just back up for a second and watch what happened there. See if I can get a higher view. There we go. And back up a little bit more. See how it all transpired. Here we go. We're following with Mr. David, Peter David. And I believe, let's see if I can find the right car. I believe it's that green and yellow one. Mr. Fairweather is the black one. I know that. So maybe it is Mr. David that has a problem. That's the green and yellow car. Side by side, going into the corner, racing for position in the first lap. David backs off, but then misses his braking point, I think, a little bit, and spins out again. I was involved in that. I don't think anybody got too much aero damage. Fairweather nicely, probably not on purpose, should not have waited there as far as I'm concerned. I think that would have been Peter's fault. Anyway, that's one incident. And again, just flip around here to find some people in the bottom half, see how everybody's doing. So there was took some time for everybody to kind of straighten out and get into a groove. We are still finishing the first lap. Well, there's another spin. Oh, just caught that one. Let's see who that is. Number 74. That's Mr. Novis. So let's see what happened to his. Again, takes a little bit more than a lap to get your tires warmed up. So he is racing with Zambas, very close there. Comes through the corner, just hits the curb, unbalances him a little bit. Tried to save it, came very close to saving it. Spun out. I remember going through there, watching him, and nicely saved and stayed out of trouble. There could have been some major incidents there. So he lost a few positions, but I don't think he hit anything. They've warmed up his tires a little bit faster than he wanted to. Let's follow Andy for a bit. Just looking for some close action here. Mr. Schmidt. This has not updated from the section times. I don't think. Who's at number 14? Maybe Mr. Souza in the background there just went a little wide. Lost one position on David. So during this race, we're going to see later. There's been a lot of long trains of cars for many laps following each other, and with similar times. A little bit further, see how Jeremy's doing. So he's in a train of a few cars. Maybe I'll switch to driver view for a while. So just like this, it goes on for lap after lap. That everybody's very close together. Everybody's just waiting for somebody to make a mistake ahead of them, especially at the back of the pack. I know Juan did a great job with the live broadcast yesterday, and he did follow a number of these. Let's go a couple ahead there. This is Albano on Andy, very close racing there. Juan followed a lot of the race in the midfield here, but we're going to concentrate on everybody in the midfield. Ellis is pretty close. This is going to be we're going to have to find look at this pack of train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, all within half a second of each other. So we really haven't stretched out enough just yet. We're only into the second lap. Everybody's tires are nice and warm, though. Whoa, going around the outside of the hairpin to make it stick. No, he doesn't. Andy's had his wits about him there. Stretch out a little bit during on the straight. Whoa, there had a little bit of a mistake, and that made it give him enough chance to pass. You lose a couple positions there. We're with Mr. Garland. I lost that train there. Anyway, here's Jeremy. Jeremy had a pretty good race, if I remember correctly. Jerry's in an Audi today. There's Garland is in a BMW. Nice little battle here. I'm writing a few names. I'm quite quiet here because I'm writing a few names down for the. And Obano and Andy are still at it. Whoa! Just caught that. Oh, let's see what happened here. Oh, let's go back a few seconds. Get a high view. Let's see here. We're with Obano on skeleton. Now let's just see what happened. Boy, I got lucky there for an incident. And following him, there's Caballero. Oh, let's see what happened. Oh, there was something happened behind. Stop here. Go back again. I just missed that. Maybe go back one car. I think this is where it all starts. This is Caballero and Mr. Novis. And see, there's a nice grouping of 4 cars. And it looks like Hugo. No, Hugo just spun a little. And then what happened ahead? Go back in terms of Obano. Go back 5 seconds again. So first thing happened, Hugo just lost it coming into the corner. And then a little tap there. And that's what's caused the problem. Just got back end out. Again, a little tap, but not too much damage, hopefully. Made me catch up a little bit once the segment times, or the different sections catch up with the there's fair weather on David. Oh, another little caught his rear end, but then straightened him out by hitting his front end. That's interesting. So a little taps here. I think the tires are still, what lap are we on here? 3. The tires should be fairly warm. But let's go ahead here. There's a couple of little races here. This is Schmidt on Novis. Way back in the pack. Oh, that's me a couple of cars ahead. I made a little tiny change to my setup in the morning. Been racing, obviously practicing all week, and interestingly enough, just jumped on the Mercedes. The Mercedes getting a lot of talk about how much watch it ahead here with Novis and myself. Mercedes getting a lot of talk about getting some advantages in the last little upgrade, so I thought I'd take it out for a spin, and I noticed it was turning in way better than my BMW. So I jumped back into my BMW, actually did a little bit of research on Mr. Aris the Greek, his bot, and said how can I improve my turn in a little bit, suggested straightening out my toe. So I did, and made a huge difference. I gained about 3/4 of a second, so I was pretty happy about that. There's a little battle ahead too here between Urbano and Rios. And how's our other? I'm just looking at the other splits. Rios is on top of Don. So we've already got some guys that fallen behind by a lap, Holmes and Santos. Okay, let's see. It's Mr. Noves is still fell a little bit behind me. He is in a Ferrari. I think he's the only Ferrari, isn't he? Yep, it looks like the only Ferrari in the grid. Let's just watch him for a lap to see how it handles against the BMW here. I was running 2:04.5 in quali. Of course, you don't get that in the race pace. Let's just see where I have a bit of an advantage over him. I gain a little bit into that corner. Oh, there's an incident up ahead. Let's see how everybody gets by it. Okay. Okay, that just looks like somebody just lost the back end. And I think that's right here. Let's watch to see what happens. That is Mr. Urbano did a... I don't know if he outbroke himself and missed his braking point. And up ahead, there was another little incident up ahead. Let's go back. Let's go see what happened here. And how can we find that car? Is this it here? Rios? Back up? Or is that who Urbano hit? No, that's who Urbano hit. Is that Andy? Nope. Just bear with me for a second here to find out which car ended up in the wrong place. I'm looking for this car right over here. That might be... let's just back up and look. See if I can find... I'll just... Let's find out who that is up there. Who's involved in this incident or not. Now let's just give it up. Everybody got through there. I gained a few spots. Am I by myself here now? Oh, that was Santos. Okay, let's stop here. Go back and see what happened to Mr. Santos. Whew, his screen is a disaster. No, I think I just caught the going through the pits, that's all. Anyway, let's keep going here. Mr. Notice, we were in, before that incident, we were on, together, or after the incident, we both got through it. We're both together again. Yeah, let's take a look what's going on here. Rios and Urbano on Rios. That's Don Queen a little bit farther ahead. Okay, anything going on further back? No, not too further back, but about a little bit further up. Whoa! Oh, this is that same incident again. Oh, it's all right. I'll just fast forward here and get back to where we were. Oh my God, Urbano just had a... Did not keep it together here. What happened there? So now he's coming out. And he must have got... Did he get tapped from behind? Uh-oh. Let's take a peek at that. That was not good. So, I'm not sure who that is. That's David, I believe. They're just battling it back and forth and back and forth. A little bit of paint training there that did not help with Mr. Urbano. So David came out ahead of that pack. Let's leave that one as it is. And here we are back with this group. Looks like Mr. Noves got ahead of me. Where am I here? Yes, he did. I'm by myself. Do I have a bit of an issue? I'm not in the pack anymore. Nope, Novus is behind me. He lost a little bit of ground on me. I lost a little bit of ground on the pack, but I'm catching up. And these guys are still at it. So Ellis, Andy, and Andy is 3 seconds behind Jeremy, which is up ahead. So there's a little group up ahead there. Jeremy, Garland, and Britos, I believe. Yep. So let's follow this a little bit. It's getting a little closer between Britos and Garland. I think we're going to be. This is the 6 or 8 cars we're going to be following all the way through. I see Hugo back there is catching up with Mr. Schmidt. I know Hugo joins the pack, and Fairweather is involved here quite a bit too. So goes to the list of Fairweather. So this is definitely the midfield today. Yeah, I was not looking at what was going on here because I was writing some stuff down here. It's pretty juicy competition here. We'll follow Fairweather for a while. Keep an eye on the Dawn Queen Parade up above. Fairweather's got some momentum here. Taking a peek. So BMW on BMW. Oh, he gets around the outside. Take a look here, see if he's going to make it stick. It's pretty tough to make that stick. That's a long wide. No, Caballero stays inside and keeps it nice. It's fair driving there. Everybody gave each other some nice. All right, here we go. Watch this again. This is one of the closest in the pack here. You guys gonna take another look on the inside? Nope, not gonna happen. Okay, that lost a little bit there. Mr. Rios on Littner, who's took a big bump there. Fairweather and Fairweather just lost a little bit. Is he gonna lose enough to get Littner Ollie through? No. Oh, wait a sec. He's going on the outside. No, Fairweather doesn't make that stick. Taking advantage there somehow. And looks like Don. I thought Don was ahead of this pack. Did he lose some time here? Just gonna sneak back a little bit here, and I'll come right back to this spot. Was Don ahead? No, he was not. Okay, so I'll sneak back to where we were. Thought Don was ahead of this parade. He's not. It's Andy that's ahead of this parade. And he is being pressured by Mr. Ellis. I don't have on my list, so add him to the list. So Audi on a Aston Martin. Looks like the Audi has a bit more pace. But Andy's a great defensive driver, very tough to get by him, doesn't make many mistakes, and he knows the right lines to defend. And that little pack is causing me to catch up to Don. And behind me, Noves is a little bit further back. Let's just see how I catch up. I said I was pretty happy with my handling of the car until late in the race. Tires wore out. I mean, it was a little bit hard on my tires, so I had a little bit of an issue there. Let's take a look behind. Ooh, there's some interesting stuff again with Obano. Oh, sorry, that's not the right one. Rios. Oh, Rios just went wide somehow. What happened there? Oh, say, let's watch this. Stop for a sec, get the right camera angle. So now we are watching Rios on Ollie. It's down the straight. Ollie's looking. And he's in the pack here. Oh, just, I don't know if, it looks like Littner broke out a little bit earlier than Rios expected. And that caused that accident. Okay, let's see where I'm catching up here in terms of on Don. Holding my own anyway. And Novice is not, he's still a second behind me, so I'm still ahead of him. Now Ollie is close to, no, I'm not, sorry. I thought Ollie was close to Fairweather. They still have, timing still hasn't caught up. Don's took a little bit of a slide there, so I'm trying to take advantage of it. Take a look on the outside. No, I'm not going to make it. Who is behind me? That's Novice. That all caused Novice to catch up to me. Let's go to driver view and watch it from Mr. Novice's point of view. I'm actually giving Don a run for his money here. And up ahead, Ellis and Skelton are still battling it out. Take a quick peek here. Like I said, it looks like Ellis has a bit more pace, but just can't get by Andy, because Andy's such a great defender. See, look, he's got more pace on this straight. Gonna try and make it happen? No. No, he laid off a little bit there. Let's see what I'm doing with Don. I love the BMW in that corner. Seemed to catch up to a few people. I only had to lift pulse. I only had to pulse the throttle to get through that corner. Some people had to lay off, and a few people even used to brake. Let's see if Ellis makes a move here on the straight. Taking a few peeks, but no, it's not. Nothing's going to happen there. So what about me? Well, Ellis is still really close to Skelton. Pretty hard to pass in these corners, but unless somebody makes a mistake. Right here's where you can make some time. You get your momentum on this corner to make the corner, perfect corner for the long straight here. Sometimes you can gain some advantage. Didn't happen this time. Let's see how I do through here. No, I think I lost it somewhere because Don is catching up ahead. Don is really doing a good job there. So this is a good train here, 3-4 car train. How far behind is Schmidt? Schmidt's a second behind Novice, so he's not quite in this train just yet. But if we battle it out long enough, he will be there. There he is. Novice is right behind me. He's itching to get by me. So this is a 5-car train. Ooh, up ahead. Still, Ellis is still giving Andy some grief. I don't know if these two are holding the rest of us up. I don't think so. We're all pretty much on the same pace. Excuse me. Oh, am I going to get Don here? Oh, I'm going to back up just to see how I did that. Hang on. Okay. So, let's just back up a few corners because that straight is often, let's see if Don made a little mistake or I just had a great corner. I don't see any mistakes yet. Actually, I got the apex quite nicely there. Oh, Don did have a little skip. Just back in, just squiddled a little. And that was enough for me to take it. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I remember this. Novice tries to get through the middle. And let's see what happens. Oh, Don has to back off. And does he try and catch up over here? Everybody's a little hot, and Schmidt is caught up to all of us now. This is a train of 6 or 7 cars. All right, so everybody got through that. Nobody got too upset over losing positions. This is my car. Let's just see how. So Andy is at the head of this train, followed by Ellis, followed by myself, Molesky, followed by Novice. We're still in the same there, followed by Don, and followed by Schmidt. And Fairweather's not that far behind. Just watch this for a little bit. Ken is, I believe it's Kenneth, is just caught up to us now. Oh, and Novice is all over my back end. So Don made a slight mistake and it cost him a couple of positions. And here's Hugo. I think Hugo lost a position to Fairweather here at some point. And they're approaching the rest of us. So this is going to, I believe they're approaching the rest of us. Yes, he is. So this train is getting to be quite long. Did I notice something happening up ahead here? No. So let's just start at the top again. With Skelton. And actually, let's follow a different race here for a little while. This is Jeremy with Garland and Britos. These are just ahead of the pack I was following earlier. Let's just follow these guys for a while. Jeremy's got some pace a little bit on Garland, but not going to make it stick through the corner. And Garland on Britos. Whoa, careful. Lots of bumping, lots of bouncing, I should say. Is Jeremy able to take advantage of all that bouncing? Yes, looks like he's got momentum coming through here. The Audi on a BMW. He's going to draft. Let's see if he's got enough to get ahead. First quarter panel, halfway through the car. Yes, I think he's going to get ahead. He's got the inside position also. Be careful. Oh, Jeremy bumped a little bit, but no harm done yet, and Jeremy hasn't given up. He has not given up, so no harm done except for a little mirror-to-mirror contact. I'm glad I caught that. Now let's go back to this other crowd. Oh, Novus is still right on my tail. I'll just back it up 5 seconds here. Oof, look how close he is. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Head back. Go back a few seconds just to see how close this is. I was proud of myself that I did not get... Oh, there's a little slip. Proud of myself I did not get too nervous with this battle. With experience, 6 months ago I would have been panicking, making all sorts of mistakes. Excuse me. All sorts of mistakes and taking different lines, but just stick to your lines and let the guy behind you get ahead. If you trust him, he's not going to hit your back end. You just take your normal braking points. He'll learn where you brake, and he will adjust accordingly if he has different braking points. Schmidt is really close to Don now. And Fairweather is not far behind, so this is again a very close pack. Too bad we don't have DRS. We'd solve some of this problem. Caballero's not too... Well, actually, Peter David is on his tail. Oh, Peter just went wide. Let's see if he's going to hold it. And he's 18 seconds ahead of Obano, so that's not going to be too much of an issue. Let's see who's closest here. Looks like Caballero's got some momentum on Don. Whoa, let's see if he's going to try and make it stick here through the corner. Nope, not enough. And Don goes a bit wide, but had a lot of speed going into there. Fairweather caught up a little bit though. See from a driver point of view. Fairweather did have a great race also. I'm sure I got everybody. Schmidt, I don't think I got one. Make sure he gets proper billing. Let's just see over this. We've spread out a little bit here. That won't last long, I can imagine. Excuse me, I got a scratchy throat. Need some water. And here's Jeremy Garland and excuse me, Britos. Everybody's spread out just slightly here. So let's take a look and see if there's anything going on further back. Now everybody's quite far back here. The lap are we in 11 of 25. And Ellis, Andy on Ellis. So it looks like somehow Andy lost. No, he did not. No, I don't think so. I think Ellis has actually dropped back a little bit. That's why Andy's caught up to him. Because Ellis, I believe, was in the battle with Jeremy and Garland. I may be mistaken. Andy might have lost the position. Sorry I missed that, but 'cause, that doesn't happen very often. Don's fallen behind a little bit. And that was Don. Fairweather and Caballero is not falling behind also. So we got our pack is slightly spread out a little bit. And Noves is still trying to get by me. And he's in that Ferrari. So the Ferrari has to back off a little bit more than I do in that beginning of that corner. So loses a bit of the pace for the... Ooh, I've caught up to Skeleton here. Okay, and Fairweather is right after Don. And Peter is up against Caballero. Let's give Peter a little bit of airtime. This is a Honda on a BMW. Oh, he's got the inside. Is he gonna make it stick? Nope, not quite enough. We'll take a look on the inside again. And he couldn't make that stick either. Taking peeks, so that's gives Caballero something to think about. And let's see what's going on here. Mr. Fairweather is up against Don. And it looks like Noves is still, we're all caught up to each other again. And I'm still battling with Skeleton. And up ahead here, Ellis is caught up to Jeremy. And up ahead, Garland and Britos are still battling it out. And they have caught up to someone up ahead. Not sure if that is a... someone who had some trouble is out of slot because it's Garland is supposed to be 8 seconds, or Britos is supposed to be 8 seconds behind Richard McKay, so that must be the back marker. Let's just take a peek here. Yeah, it's Rios had some trouble. He was in with us earlier, so he must have had some trouble. Oh yeah, we think we found his trouble, and now he's running 35th. Okay, let's just go back through the pack again. Ellis is harassing Jeremy, and Andy is not far behind. I'm harassing him. Novis is harassing me, so these three, us three, are probably the closest right now. Let's just see how things go here. Little Ferrari. Nice to see a different car for a change in the race. Takes this corner. Nice handling around this corner actually. So it looks like the only place I have an advantage over him is that long sweeping corner at high speed where he has to back off just slightly and gain the advantage there. But through here it's neck and neck. There, this pack of 4 cars is getting close together again. 5 cars, I guess. How far is Don behind? Don's a little bit further behind. Let's just go up through the pack here. Oh, it is a little bit closer on Jeremy. So this pack is joined up with the pack further ahead where Jeremy, Ellis, Garland, and Britos. I think we're not that far behind now. Andy's caught up to them, and I'm not that far behind Andy. Let's see if, whoa, really close racing. Andy really has caught up to them. Ellis and Jeremy are battling out enough, I guess, that they're losing a little bit of their pace because they've fallen behind Garland and Britos. Let's just take a quick peek, see how close they are together. There's Garland. BMW on a McLaren. And again, those cars up ahead are back markers. I'm still, that's Andy on Ellis, and I'm pretty, oh, I fell behind, sorry, where am I? Do I have a problem? It looks like I have fallen back big time. Yes, I got passed by Noves. Let's just give him credit for how that happened. Let's just see where he did that. Okay, I'm I'm ahead of him here. Okay, let's just see what happened. Or he's ahead of me, actually. Oh. Further back, further back. Further back, come on. Let's get some back. There we go. Right here. Okay, so now fall back enough. And let's take an aerial view. One more spot. And okay, let's just play that from here. Love to see people passing. See if I made a mistake or he just had a better... Oh, I made a mistake. I went a little bit wide. Now we're side by side. And I just let him through. I backed off there. Okay, so that was not that exciting. I'll jump ahead a few more seconds because we backed off there. See where Andy is. So I am... Let's see what's happening here. We are on Skeleton, Ellis, Robus, and ahead Garland and Britos. And who is behind these guys? Noves is not that far behind, and I'm not that far behind him. And Don is not that far behind me. And Fairweather is not that far behind Don. And Schmidt is not that far behind Fairweather. So we've got ourselves a fun race here. Looks like Caballero is in visual distance, but he's got a second to catch up. So here we go. We are with Fairweather, Don, and myself just a little bit ahead. Fairweather has lots of pace here, so he will be harassing Don, I'm sure. So this is a BMW on an Audi, and it's an Audi and a BMW sandwich here. We are how far in the race now? We are almost 2/3 of the way through. Our tires are going to start getting a little worn, and you will start seeing people slide a bit more. Don's catching up to me fairly well. Just see how everybody else is doing up ahead. Ooh, this looks juicy. This is Andy on Ellis, and it's Jeremy just ahead. So all four of these cars are quite close together. Spread out a little bit here. Everybody's a little bit spread out. Let's just see how it's going on behind. Yeah, we're all pretty spread out except for Fairweather. I think it's harassing Don the most. Oh, everybody got a little bit of wigglies there. Is that going to make Schmidt catch up? Yes, it does. Let's just see. Let's see how the BMW does on this corner against the Audi. Let's see if he catches up a little bit. I believe it's pretty even there. I think it's just a little bit. Different braking point, and he's able to catch up. Hitting that curb off, and it's your back end just a little bit too much of a hop, and you lose a little bit of traction. So he was closer to Don before that. It's easier to miss that. If you miss that curve, I think you get more traction. BMW is handling quite nicely against the Audi. We got a little bit of wheel spin there. So we're starting to see the tires wear down a little bit. Nice to see, kind of nice to watch the driver inputs on these corners. Nice and smooth here. Goes through it slowly to set himself up for the big corner here. It's the apex on the throttle right there. Was able to avoid some wheel spin, so I think he got a little bit of momentum on Don there. This corner survived the little bump. Come through here with momentum. He had a little bit more momentum. I think he had to hit the brakes a little bit more than he wanted to, and he's got some momentum going. Let's see how it happens in this corner. This is such a big, close grouping. I can't remember a grouping that was this close for so long and so many cars. Let's watch to see how everybody's doing. Garland and Britos are still at it. But again, all these cars are lapping at about the same times because really nobody's holding anybody else back. Looks like Ellis has got some momentum on Jeremy. So let's see what happens here. Looking inside, looking outside. It's Audi on Audi. See Jeremy taps the brakes there. I think I saw him tap the brakes anyway. And that's all right. Going through that. We'll keep watching everybody through this corner. Fairweather's all over Don. Just itching to get by him. He's got some momentum. I don't think he's going to have enough to make this stick on this corner. He's going to take a peek or show Don he's taking a peek. And that doesn't happen. So we've watched these guys go through this area quite a bit. I'm going to stick with this group for the whole race here because it's so close. Could have probably jumped up to a 15th place or so and saw some battles up there, but this is so interesting. I thought I'd stay here with these guys. It's definitely midfield. Everybody's quite evenly matched, so it's good to watch this kind of racing, I think. Oh, Fairweather's going to take a peek here. This is a tough corner to try to pass on. Certainly looks frustrated. Now everybody's packed together here. Look at this. Oh, there's somebody right behind here. That didn't work out. Jeremy, we're with Jeremy now. Like somebody tried to go around the outside. Didn't work. It's Garland still staying with Britos. Britos has got just clean lines. No way to pass here, not making any mistakes. There's Jeremy falling back a little bit. And Ellis. Andy's fallen back quite a bit. It might have been Andy who was taking a peek around the outside earlier. And Don. And Fairweather on... Ooh, what is happening here? I think we've got some changes in position here. Fairweather is on Skeleton. That's me up ahead. And Fairweather's going to get by. No, he's not. Careful! Whoa! Fairweather, oh look at that. Interesting inside-outside move. And that I believe is Skeleton. Oh, let's pause that and see what happened to Andy here. And let me find Skeleton. There we go. Back up another one. Okay, so this is where it all starts. On the straight. Fairweather gets position here. Tries to go around the outside. Andy goes in, hits the curb. Ooh, spun just slightly. Fairweather comes back inside. Andy loses the position to somebody else. Ooh, and then ends up in the pits. Probably by mistake. Isn't that interesting? Wonder what happened there. Alright, well, let's just see where that leaves everyone. We'll go start at the top. We're with Garland. Get in his car. And Garland and Britos. The same. Jeremy is, again, still behind them. Ellis is still behind Jeremy. Novus is catching up. I am behind Novus. And Fairweather's behind me. Don lost out a little bit there. That's a back marker, Santos. Between us, there's Don. Don is quite a bit further back. So Santos is a back marker in the mix here, which is the issue I have later on. How close are we getting to that issue? Where we had people who were down a lap in amongst this group, and ooh, it was me. I had a bad spot there. Fairweather didn't catch up too much. Santos. There's Howells catching up. So Santos and Howells got into this mix, and all sorts of blue flags, and actually it made me lose my concentration, and I lost about 5 positions because of it. Well, I'll show that one in detail just because I want the community to comment on what happened and my thoughts, and because it ruined a little bit of a good battle here. So everybody spread out slightly. Oh, Britos missed his breaking point there. That means Jeremy's probably caught up a little bit. And Ellis. There's Novis and myself. Now we're going to end up with, well, there's Fairweather. And after that is when we have, well, I'm not going to back up anymore. I know what happens there. It's going to be Santos and Howells and all that. So I'll pre-stage here what is going to happen. Howells and Santos are one lap behind. Howells is 2 laps behind, I believe. And they end up in this battle here amongst guys who have been battling for lap after lap. And so in my case, Howells came up behind me, and I believe there was a blue flag for someone up ahead. Somebody is slower. I'm not sure if this is a great little battle here, isn't it? I think he gets by me at some point, so we'll just stick with it here. He's certainly got more pace. My tires are starting to go. I'm getting a little frazzled. Anyway, some blue flags. Howells is faster than me. He's all over my tail. Whoa, there's where he passes him. I went wide. And I end up losing at least one position. Let's see what happens here. We'll go back. That is that 177? I believe that's Santos. So here's a guy who's a lap behind, battling with me. Which is not, anyway, the issue is, I'm trying to stay ahead. So anyway, what happens is Howells is behind me, starts flashing his lights, all this kind of stuff. I didn't recognize, because I was so hot into the battle, that I didn't really recognize these guys are a lap behind. I got upset that he's flashing his lights, saying, what did I do? That kind of thing. And here's the issue. Should I have let him go by because he's faster than me, even though he's 2 laps down? I guess it's no fun for him if he's not going to start racing. But that's kind of the issue here, is people that are laps down. Santos here is 2 laps down on me. Maybe it's Santos and not Howells. Anyway, he ends up going by me, I believe, at some point. But I don't want to follow this race. Follow the guys ahead here. Who are we talking about here? We got Ellis, Arobas, and Noves. This is a great battle. Anyway, should guys that are 2 laps down be kind of spoiling, I'll use the word spoiling, the race for guys who are racing for position. No requirement for him to let me by. I'll let him by, I guess, because I'm ahead in the race. And I don't think those blue flags were for me. Whoa! Jeremy. Nova's got ahead of a few people here for some reason. I guess we missed some passes or an incident, because I believe he was behind Fairweather and Ellis. So maybe Jeremy and Ellis, not Jeremy, but Fairweather and Ellis got into something. Here. So this is the juicy spot. Actually, I'm quite close behind. That's me. Santos is ahead now. And me. And this is where Howells and I get into it. So here's the issue, is he's 2 laps behind. Obviously, I was just racing at this point, but then all of a sudden Howells starts flashing his lights. No blue flags at the moment, I don't think. It's getting close to that spot anyway. I think there's a blue flag coming for someone else. But I don't think, even though if I'm 2 laps ahead and I'm slower than Howells, should I be getting blue flags from the track? That's my question. And my question here, if I had been smarter, more aware, I would have just let Howells go by, because he's faster than me. And so what? He's 2 laps down. But should I ruin my race? At this point, I was just getting perturbed by the flashing of the lights and saying, "Am I doing something wrong?" Lost my concentration, and anyway, that's what happened to me. Not, who cares? Lost a few positions, no big deal. So here's a battle between Ellis and Santos. My only point here is here's a lap. If a guy is a lap behind and he causes an incident, that's not very sportsmanlike. I think the guys that are a couple laps behind should be extra careful in terms of passing. I think here's a good spot. Ellis is gonna make a little mistake. That's no big deal. That's fair game as far as I'm concerned. Fairweather on Ellis is really juicy. Here we go. Let's see if it happens. Side by side. And yes, he lets him go by. Not lets him go by. And Fairweather goes wide. Ellis catches up. Oh, Fairweather loses a number of positions here because of that wide. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So that leaves Novus on. That's Santos and Novus. And Ellis behind them. So Fairweather ended up behind these guys. No worse for wear, however. Didn't hit anything. Didn't hit anybody. So we're back to racing. Ellis, I believe that's Santos in between. Again, the back marker. I'm not going to say back marker. He is a couple of laps down. He's a fast driver. He must have had an issue further on. But now he is in the middle of a battle for two guys for positions. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's see what happened there. Hold on. This is kind of what I'm saying. There's battles go on with people who are laps behind, and it ruins the race for guys that are further ahead. Again, wouldn't mind somebody making a comment on either the YouTube line or a comment on the Discord about all this. Let's go wide here. We are with Ellis. So this Ellis. I believe that is Santos in between and Novus up ahead. And who's that behind him? That is Fairweather and myself. So who does what to whom here? Oh, that's what happened. Oh, I think that's... can't find out who that was. Hold on, I gotta back up. Let's try to find out who. Just a slight... I believe that's the car, 337. Is it Ellis? Let's follow. I believe he just gets out of whack a little bit on a curb, and that causes him to spin right there. There's a bump. See, that's interesting. I always found, let's watch that slowly. It's not the curb. Watch, Ellis is the third car in on this group of four. He's on the curb, but watch where he actually, so he's on the curb, Oh, the tail end of that. I always wondered whether it was a bump in the track. That's the back end of that white part of that, back up, we'll do it again. Looks like it's the end of that curb just launches you. See here, he's not bouncing, but as soon as he gets to that white spot, boom, that's what happens. I've always wondered whether that was a track or whether it was the curb that causes that. So that ruined his race. It's Jeremy, we're in slow speed here. Let's just find out where everybody is. There's Jeremy. Let's go driver view. Ahead of him is that Britos. Yes, it is. And where is Garland? Garland fell. That's somebody else. Okay, that's Garland. So Britos has fallen behind Garland. Jeremy is a couple seconds behind him. This has spread everybody out a little bit. Although I'm still battling with Novus. But I have got probably Howells on my tail. No, that's me. And there's Howells. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is where Steve decides to flash me right there. And I totally lost concentration. I'm going, why is he flashing me? I didn't realize at this point he was 2 laps down or a lap down, whatever it is. See how I start losing concentration? That's my fault. See, I just went wide here. And I'm saying, why is this guy, what's going on? Did I do something wrong? And, you can't think 3 or 4 different things. So right there, I lost concentration, go wide, and I lose a few spots here. No big deal. didn't contact, didn't ruin my race. I'll end up in about 22nd spot. But just some comments, please, on all this. Does Howells even? I don't think he gains a position. Well, I guess he's battling with trying to get out of with Santos. He's a couple of seconds behind Santos. I was hot yesterday. That's why I didn't want to make the broadcast, because I don't want to cause trouble. So let's just see who's who here. Noves on Jeremy is probably the closest, and Ellis on Don. Those are two little battles. And everybody else is pretty spread out at this point. Garland's actually catching up with McKay. Whoa, that didn't work out for Ellis. Everybody's getting a little ragged at this point. Let's see how Novus is doing on Jeremy. There's a little bit of correction going on. Everybody's tires are getting a little worn, getting a little tired, a little frustrated. So our group of 8 cars earlier is whittled down here a little bit to about a couple of races, I think. Let's see here, Novus. So it's kind of fun to watch that progression. Oh, who the heck's that? That must be Howells. Oh, that's Santos again. So now he has inserted himself between Jeremy and Fairweather. So I guess the right thing to do here, and I don't know if Jeremy does it, as far as I'm concerned, next time this happens to me, I'm just going to let this guy go. See, there's a blue flag. I don't know who that blue flag is for. Who's that blue flag for? So I think Santos and Howells are saying, these guys should be letting me go by, and get frustrated because we're not, but yet we're a lap ahead. So clarification would be nice. So this has kind of disturbed this Fairweather Jeremy battle. And let's see what's going on here. Hope it doesn't see. Why battle Jeremy? Why is Jeremy letting that guy harass him? Let him go by and just get back on with everything else. David and Ellis are in this is a position. Is this for position? Yes, 337. This is for position. Hugo and myself, I'm out of it. I don't have any more battle going on. And ahead of. So this is for position. Ooh, Ellis went a bit wide. David's going to be able to catch up. Now this is Don and Ellis are still in the battle. So these three are battling for position. And let's see. For sure Novus and Jeremy are. Jeremy, yes. So Santos got by Jeremy. Not sure where Howells is now. Howells is right behind here. So now he's again inserting himself into a very close battle. He's in 30th place, and he's harassing a couple of guys who are in 17th and 18th. So let's see how this ends up. It's pretty hard for Novus to let Howells go by. I think Howells has dropped back a little bit. To let him go by while he's a tenth of a second behind Jeremy. So why would he let him go by? Let's see if there's any blue flags. No blue flags at this point. Why would he let him go by and lose position with Jeremy? Whoa, careful. Fun racing, however. Jeremy's a couple of seconds behind. This is Santos. This is Richard. And so Santos is behind Richard and Danny Britos. These two are battling for position. Santos is not. Let's see how far Howells and Santos. So Howells is 2 seconds behind Santos. And this is Jeremy. Behind him is Novus. Behind him is Howells. And these two guys are. Nope, this is the last little over here. So Ellis and David. So it'll be Ellis and. What is going on here? Caballero. Is Ellis. Okay, Ellis fell behind here. So Peter and Don Queen. So I thought Ellis was in this battle, so he's fallen back a little bit. So David is really all over Don. Don has been involved in a lot of things here. So I think he's lost, his hood is rattling, I think. I think he's lost some aero and some pace. Let's go back up to Jeremy and Noves. They have caught up to a group ahead. So let's see who's in this group now. So there's Jeremy. And ahead of Jeremy is Richard McKay. That's a position. Santos is behind. And Britos is the head of this pack. So these two, she should just let Santos go by. Oh, there's a blue flag. I don't know who that's for. And Jeremy is right behind, and Noves is right behind him. We are on the second last laps here. Fairweather's out of it. So let's just see how we'll follow this battle all the way through to the end. Who is he going to make? Noves going to make it. Jeremy had a little bit of an issue there. And he couldn't take advantage. We'll watch the battle up ahead a little bit too. I still think Santos is between the other two guys who are battling for position. Let's just hope nobody loses out on anything. Whoa, Noves is really trying to get ahead of Jeremy. We might be on the last lap. We are on the last lap here. So I hope my race doesn't cut out like it did last week. Up ahead. All right, nobody is gonna make anything happen. Probably Santos is. Oh, look at that. Last corner, Santos tries to pass him. That doesn't gain him anything. And he just, I hope somebody else doesn't. This is for position here. Santos passed Britos, and everybody's going to end up in the same position, I think. Well, let's go back here for a second. I don't know if he nosed him out or not. Oh, maybe we have another lap. No, we don't think we have another lap. Really? Don't tell me we're going to get knocked out again. My replay here doesn't look very long. Anyway, let's go behind here. Jeremy and Richard. Noves behind Jeremy. And is that Richard ahead of Jeremy? 9:16, yes, that's Richard McKay. Jeremy's really trying to get ahead of him. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anybody have any, what I did at the end of my race? I was behind, my race was over. See you got the smoke up ahead. So I'm kind of a lap behind. What I did was I parked on the side of the track to wait for a long time for the race to finish. But look what happened here. The replay stopped. These guys are, still racing. They got another half lap to go. And I'm stopped on the track beyond the start-finish line. I waited for a good 3 minutes before I jumped into the pits. And the replay stopped. That is a piss-off. Anyway, sorry guys, I don't know how this ended up. That's another edition of Midfield Madness. If you could comment on my questions during the race, that would be helpful. And thanks last week for a few people giving me some feedback that they enjoy the broadcast. So I'll continue doing them. And we'll see you guys next week after Indianapolis. That should be an interesting track. Nobody knows it that well. And that'll be the last race of the Summer League. So you will see me again with Midfield Madness on the winter season. I won't be doing it for the easy races. So thanks very much. We'll see you later.